I have taken a huge risk and bought this stolen Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, and I think there's just a bit more damage than it being stolen. It came with no keys, which makes it one of the biggest risks that I have ever taken because we don't even know whether the engine starts. But in this video, you are going to see whether my luck has finally run out or if I have just fluked my way into one of my dream cars for a fraction of its retail price.
We haven't got no keys, so we may as well strip the front off of it while we're waiting for the key man to turn up, so we can actually then have the battery charged. When he turns up, we can try and start it, but you wouldn't try and start a car like that because you don't know what's gone down the air intakes.
If a tiny piece of plastic makes its way into the intake pipes through the throttle bodies and underneath a valve, then it could cause serious engine failure, so we need to minimise this risk.
So we might as well get it stripped out and see if it turns over by hand. Okay, come on in, get it apart, come on, hurry up.
Before we get stripping, I need to get some energy in me because it's 11:30 at night.
Want to try one of these, mate?
What is this? This is Holy, and these guys have been running the late night sessions here for the past month, keeping me going. So I'm gonna knock up one of these bad boys before I get stripping. All you need is water, a bottle, and one of their servings, which is only 80p per sachet. I've gone for the Apple Energy because it's late at night, so I need some energy, but you can pick from iced tea, energy, and hydration. All different packs, all different flavours. And we'll literally just pour it in along with the water. Screw on your lid and just give it a shake. I haven't actually tried that apple flavour yet, so let's try it. You know what? That's actually really, really nice. And then you see how quick you can get it down, yeah? And then you can stay here all night. It's like a cheat code. Holy has no sugar, no artificial colours, and is packed with electrolytes and minerals that your body needs. So I'll be leaving a link in my description box below where you can click to the site and use my code FIXANDSALVAGE5 on your first order to save £5 and then Fix and Salvage for 10% off thereafter. Right then, the strip down has now started, and the Torx bolts that were on top of this front bumper were absolutely crazy. I think they were about a T60, T70, something like that, but they were way too big for what they were. But now you can see me moving on to that actuator for the splitter that connects to the crash bar. All that is a bolt that goes through, and then I gun off the 17mm bolts that hold on that crash bar, and now she is off. Dad is now going to go off and remove any remaining bits on that front splitter while I start dismantling some of the pipes that go to the rad. Now the front rad that's on this is an oil cooler, I believe, and then it goes aircon and then 2 water rads. Now, if you have a look at how many broken bits are in Dad's hands here, these are all parts that he's picked up from that bottom splitter. So this is why we need to be really, really careful when trying to start that engine and just double check everything and make sure that there is nothing in those pipes that could lead to the engine being damaged. Right, so a lot of it has already been stripped. Now we're just taking off the rads and the coolers one by one. I don't think I've ever seen as many pipes before in my whole entire life on a car. I don't think I've even seen this much on the McLaren. So the first one that we took off was the gearbox cooler, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So these two are the gearbox, and then it was aircon. There's a bit of a smell, isn't there?
Sure, you need a wash.
There's a bit of a smell, and we can't quite work out what it is. It's definitely coming from the car. It's definitely coming from...
It smells like, to me, it's, you know, like when the clutch goes or the brakes.
Yeah.
It got too hot, but it might be a belt pulley, but it
if
definitely
was
smells of...
But it's been at Copart for about 4 months. It's a long old time for it to still smell like that, isn't it?
No, you'd always get that. If you like burn a clutch out, you'd always get that smell lingering for ages.
There you go.
I've had my Weetabix today. Have you?
No, KFC for lunch. Right, she's off.
Lift it out?
Yeah, coming in. It's got to be.
Hold up. Don't put all the weight on that front spoiler.
I ain't putting all the weight on the front spoiler.
Well, there's another 10mm bolt down here. You need to give me a 10mm spanner. There's a hell of a lot of pipes in there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this many pipes ever in my whole entire life. Don't know if that's a good thing.
Hold up.
Right, so we've now got the rad off, and we've finally found out what that smell is. And it's not you for once, is it?
You need a wash. You need a wash.
It is the back of this motor, ain't it?
It stinks.
It absolutely reeks. So I think that, well, it's got to be from whereabouts it's trying to spin, and I can't even. Well, I can't even.
I just burn it out completely.
I can't even get that moving. So there you go.
Right, I'm strong. You need to go to the gym.
Need to go to the gym.
Yeah,
but that is what the smell is that it's completely burnt out. So it's not clutch like you was thinking. There's nothing like that. So I suppose that's a nice little win there. But smell gone.
It's because you've had a wash today, hasn't it?
No, it's because you brushed your teeth once. Right, so these two things here are what are called, I believe, charge coolers. So they put in cold air to the turbos. And this is good because cold air is more dense, which allows for more fuel to be burned, which means the car can go even quicker. But unfortunately for us, both of our charge coolers are damaged, and this is what they look like. So if you guys know anybody that does have one of these for sale, then please, please, please contact me. This week on spending Dad's money, he's gonna have to go and buy 2 new charge coolers for it.
Where are you going to get all them bits from? They must be out there, are they?
I don't know, it's your money, it doesn't matter, does it? It's your money, I'll go main dealer, mate, it doesn't matter. The reason that we didn't go and get key and started straight away is because the inlets in here, we didn't know they were damaged, but we assumed that they were damaged. And if you come and take a look, this pipe here has been broken off of one of the pipes. And I've just looked down here with a torch and I can see 2 plastic bits. So if we would have started that without checking that, then it could have potentially gone, well, it could have gone into the engine and ruined it, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why on not just cars like this, any cars, if they've been in a whack like that, you need to go make sure that you check everything first, because well, if you would have started that, you could have ruined 10 grand engine, however much they are.
Sometimes you get the water damage ones where they suck the water up, then you start it up and it all sounds all right, then about 10 minutes later when you give it a rev, it'll suck some of the other water up that's left in the manifolds.
This is how we're going to get our plastic bits out the inlet, out the tubes. And it's even got a torch on the end of it. Look at that.
Got what on the end of it?
Torch.
Is it?
I think I've got it.
Good old Lidls.
Yeah.
Look at that. See, that's one bit of plastic that could have gone into the engine.
It would have sucked in under a valve and that would have been the end of that, wouldn't it?
We've got that bottom splitter off. I know I said in the last video it's damaged, and I think, well, spin that over there. It has got a crack. Well, you can't see. You have to get this plastic cover off here. It is cracked and it is chinned. Just caught on that corner, yeah, just chinned it. And you guys would have seen in the last video that for just one of these, Alfa Romeo wants
£2,801.89p.
So, I really don't want to happen to be forking out that sort of money for a bottom splitter on one of these.
Christmas present gone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be. That'll be Christmas definitely gone. So hopefully it is repairable. If anybody out there knows somebody that can repair carbon, then please, please, please give me a message on my Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. But for now, I'm going to completely strip that down, take that plastic cover off. It is riveted on, so I'll drill those rivets off and we'll see what the proper damage is to that splitter. And also this side actuator is completely damaged. And I looked online for one. How much do you think a second-hand one of them online is? Guess.
Oh, 50 quid.
50 quid, that can't be reasonable.
Oh, hey.
£500 like a 514, and that's second hand. So again, if anybody else is out there who's got one of
What's
these.
got one?
Chris Six?
Yeah.
I know, he has actually got 2. Well, I think he's got 1 or 2. I think he had 2, didn't he?
No, I think he's got 1.
Well, I'm going to have to give him a message then. Hopefully he doesn't want 500 quid for it. Well, we definitely don't want to break this actuator, because if this is a good one, the price that I've just told Dad, we don't want to be breaking it. The bottom splitter actuator has actually corroded really to the carbon fibre, So it's stuck in there. We can't really do much about it, but, well, luckily enough for me, we got Dad, and he can spend quite a lot of time, quite a bit of patience, just working its way out, undoing and doing the bolt up, giving it a hit with a hammer, put a bit of grease in there just to try and free it up. And yeah, with a bit of patience, a bit of persistence, it'll do it. But if you haven't got the patience and, well, you haven't got the technique to do it, then you would have never, ever have got that out in a million years. Boom! And just like that, they are both off. You know what? I do think to myself sometimes that Dad is so lucky that I can just sit back and just guide him through how to do it. And you know, he can just do it. So enough lucky. You need to tell him in the comments, because without me, I don't know how on earth he's going to ever manage to get those two out. He'd be struggling for ages. But enough with that being said, let's have a look at this carbon and we'll see what's damaged. I hope it's not a lot. Right, so we could see that right off the bat. Crack. Split in there. Split in there. There's a bit of a crack there. There's a crack there. See, I don't know whether some of these could be just like sort of parking scuffs where, you know, the cars have been parked and then hit into a curb. We've got the split here, but that crack there. But it's not cracked around here, which is good. That's that crack there. Right, well, let's change her over. Flip her over. Yeah, right, so that's that crack there. Ugh. Right, well, you guys have seen, there you go, look. It's probably where it's kept going over a curb or where it's been scuffed on something. But for the first day of stripping, we've actually done quite a lot. We've still got those big charge coolers to take off, but we're going to leave that for tomorrow. We're absolutely shattered. Tomorrow we'll also assess that the pipe work and, well, we'll see whether anything has gone in the inlet. Hopefully not. Let's talk through the crack there.
Yeah, that's where it's been squashed, snapped here, isn't it?
Yes.
So we don't know if someone that's gone down inside that engine.
Right.
If it has and ruined it, I'll have another sad face. Big sad face.
So what we're going to do today then, because we want to get this engine...
Go to the pub. I can go to the pub.
I don't think that's going to get the engine turning over today. We want to get this engine turning, so what we're going to do...
Well, we're going to strip these out.
Okay.
Not so much that one, because that's just snapped that lug off there, look, and it's all there.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a new sensor for that, ain't it?
So if we get these pipes stripped out, this out, we'll get the air intakes off, and that one that goes down to the turbo.
Yeah. And
then we can have a look in there, see if anything's gone through the turbo.
If it's going to snap and go around there, is it not already going to go into the turbo?
No, because if the impact happened and the car stopped, hopefully it didn't suck anything in, but it may well have.
Well, you guys heard the man. It may well have. So we will keep him happy and we will keep stripping down this car to find out if there is any broken bits in that engine. And we will err on the side of caution because, of course, Dad did not want this project at all. But I've got it for the Fixing Salvage family. So a massive thank you to you guys. And also, if you've been watching the channel for a while and you haven't hit that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button and I'll keep these projects coming in thick and fast. Both of these charge coolers are now off. We were trying to get this pipe off. This pipe is stuck on like solid. So we're gonna have a bit of trouble getting that off. This frame, as you can see, has got a crack in it and it is on that pulley there. It does actually spin though. So it has taken a bit of a whack there. But, well, you're a little bit worried because we have taken off the pipe here. No, sorry, we're taking the pipe off that goes to the turbo, which you can see in there, the turbo, and in that pipe we have found, let me go and get the torch, in that pipe we have found that. And we found lots of little bits of plastic, haven't we?
Yeah. It might well be where the plastic housing was broken and the water's got in from when it had the accident, and it's sitting in there, hopefully. Otherwise...
Is that wishful thinking?
Well, it looks clean here. It looks clean further up. Look.
Well, we have. Can you not put a screwdriver through into the turbos and see whether there's any bit of play in it, or anything like that, so it feels like?
Well, you can do, yeah. But you want to be gentle with it. They all spin freely. There's no side to side movement neither.
No. So put that on there, and if it's all feeling a little bit loose, you might have your answer.
It's turning. Look, it's turning fine. I don't really want to play about with it. I don't want to bend them. No. That's all moving fine. There's no play in there.
Right, well, it's a good thing then that the it doesn't feel like it's damaged. I don't feel like there's any movement in it. So I think the next stage is, well, we're going to take the core packs off it, take the spark plugs out, and then try and turn it over by hand.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
see, we'll see if it even does turn over.
Just in case it sucks some water in.
Yeah.
From there.
Well, it did have quite a lot in there. You'd already poured some out by the time I got the camera out.
Yeah.
But it already did have quite a bit in there, so that is a bit of a worry.
But then it don't look like it's gone up there.
Well, no, it don't. It don't, no. But we haven't got a key for it at the moment, so we're better off safe than sorry. It might turn over, it might not. But if we take those spark plugs out, then it's going to be a lot easier to turn it over. So I think that's going to be our next job. Take the 6 spark plugs out, take the 6 core packs off, and then go from there. With these Alfa Romeos, you probably already know, but the belt, the aux belt needs to be changed every 5 years, and you've got to get the car basically to this stage to do them. So the whole entire time we've been stripping this, we've been thinking, has this been done? Now, we did find a zip tie, didn't we, which looked a little bit suspicious, but I think it's definitely confirmed that it has been done now, because if you look at that bolt there, that Allen key, I haven't gone near it, and it looks pretty chewed up, don't it?
Yeah, it looks
pretty chewed up, and it looks like it's starting to rust at the end of it. So I would say this aux belt definitely has been done, or at least, well, it's definitely been at this stage before. The core packs are now off. I've gone and got a 14mm thin-walled spark plug. Sorry, I didn't actually have one of these. So that is going to go down there like so, and I'm going to remove 6 of the spark plugs, 3 each side, and then we can turn her over. The core pack and the spark plugs are now out, so it is
do or die.
It's do or die. The key bloke's on holiday for another 2 weeks. So
long, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we're going to have to turn it over by hand first, and we'll see. Well, we'll see whether it's seized or not. I'm going to let you do it, because that way, if you do it, then it can be your fault if it goes wrong.
Right, no, it's your fault for buying it, isn't it? Right, so it's a full revolution. It's a full revolution on the crankshaft, so there's no water or no hydraulicing, so
she's not seized.
She's not seized, so happy days.
So it looks like we're not going to be having to get an engine for it.
Well, we don't know yet.
We don't know what the top end's like, do we?
No, so you've got to need to run it.
At least it's not seized.
Well, it should be all right, but once we get the key back, then we can try and start it, and then we'll know from there, won't we?
Yes.
So for now, it's happy days.
So the engine is not seized. The key bloke, as you're watching this, is coming the day after. So we'll see then whether it actually fires up or not, but that's all going to be in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and I'll see you all in the next one.